Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Anna Miller, and this is breaking news. So I just came up for air from my day at work. And Zeph, you know that mute button gets me every dang time. So there is a bit of a pop off going on in the Middle East right now. So I did some astrology calculation on it. Crazy Mermaid, I'm in. I'm sorry. It's me with the mute button. Everyone's telling me about the mute. So thank you. If only Gregopedia had a mute button on me. So I did a little bit of breakdown on the astrology and the numerology on this, because I know that I was thinking psychically from my readings that this was going to take a few weeks to resolve, but it seems like it's kind of heated up, and I want to see what's going on in the moment. Guys, if you have questions, I'm going to respectfully ask that you do little itty bitty super chats so that I could manage them. I did not slow down the chat on this, and we've got a lot of people coming into the stream. So let's look at some of the landscape on this. The active war between U.S., Israel, and Iran. Conflict began on February 28th, just a couple weeks ago. Coordinated Israeli and U.S. strikes on Iranian military and infrastructure targets called Operation Lion's Roar. More than 2,000 targets in Iran have reportedly been struck in the opening phase of the campaign. Let me do this. I'm actually going to switch screens just for a second, guys. We are breaking news, so be kind. Don't rewind. Stick with us while I am just getting my screens coordinated. Like I said, I just came out of a bunch of readings. High Deception Dismantled. Good to see you. So the Iranian retaliation has included missiles, drone attacks, and against Israel and the U.S. bases in the region. So right now we are seeing, including one of our friends has a son that is deployed on one of our large naval vessels. I'm not going to give out the name of it, but we've got some stuff going on here. U.S. currently has 2 carrier strike groups near Iran. USS Gerald R. Ford, sorry guys, and USS Abraham Lincoln, a 3rd carrier group led by the USS George H.W. Bush, is preparing to deploy. I believe that one's already deployed. The buildup is stretching our U.S. naval resources across the region. That is the first thing that I do want to look at with the tarot, guys. And again, if you have questions, let me know. I'm going to pull up a card view so you guys can see what I see. So is the U.S. or our resources stretched thin? Thank you, Zephyr. I think we are a little bit stretched thin, but the strategy is making up for the lack of eggs in the basket. That's what I'm going to say psychically. So, Timo Power, if you have any questions, let me know. I will mark them on my thing. I gotcha. Deception Dismantled. Just sit tight. Hang on. So let's take a look. Zephyr says they're hitting the oil sites as well at this point. Are we going to see full scale conflagration going on over there? So I do think that somebody's got something up their sleeve. Is it Israel? Is it US? Is it Iran? Guys, I don't know how to say this, but I think Iran is on that ultimate mission, if you know what I mean. I think they are headed for grace with God. Let's put it that way. I think that they're saying, let's do this and let's finish it. Sweep the leg. I think Iran is ready to sweep the leg That is for my friends that are over in the Gen X zone, because we all know Sweep the Leg is from the Karate Kid. So a lot of people are 12ers. Yeah. 12ers. So the Strait of the Strait of Hormuz crisis. Iran has threatened shipping and has launched drone attacks on the tankers. Shipping traffic through the strait, one of the world's most important oil routes, has been disrupted. Are we going to see this escalating or not escalating? What are we going to see? Are we finishing it? Chariot card, unfortunately, guys, this looks like escalation. I've got a 6-part series on timing and tarot dropping tomorrow, and we are going to use my teaching deck and look at some timing stuff. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards from this deck. Boom, boom, boom. There we go, guys. All right. So we've got wands, we've got swords. Energetically, what we're looking at is beginnings here with the wands. It is early spring right now. This card absolutely is indicating a spring, but what I want you to think of is the energy that comes around spring. That is things coming up from the ground, things that are popping up. Deception dismantled. Thank you very much. I have lipstick on today, which I very rarely have on. Thank you. Over here, this is 8, which is going to represent a period of Gemini. This is a minor arcana card, one of the pips. So we're looking at May to 21st to the 31st. And then over here, 9, we are looking at Gemini as well, June 1st through 10. What are the qualities of that? I think what we're looking at some serious ramping up, guys. We are headed in the wrong direction in terms of intensity. This looks like this is our pop off. We are going to be growing 8, 9 over this period of time. Do we see a round out in June? I think June, we are going to see a lot of devastation. There's going to be a lot of casualties, a lot of destruction that we're going to see in that area. So get ready for that. I do think that oil is going to be massively disrupted from this. Those of you that are able to go and fill up your car, go fill up your car today. Samantha, I do think you're in the right chat now. Questions from the chat. I want you guys to drop some questions. I am looking to answer your questions. This looks like we are going into some crazy times, boys and girls. I'm going to take Deception Dismantled's question. Let me get over here. And you are fantastic, Zeph. Thank you so much for managing over there. I got my mods. I got a lot of people in the chat. Smash, smash, smash that like button, guys, and subscribe if you're not. YouTube is doing some weird things with my subscribers. I'd like to see more of you in there. I keep going up to like 33 and then down to 26. It's like this weird little pickleball match that I've been stuck in. So are they really saying that Trump has been appointed by God to bring in Armageddon? All has been revealed. All has been revealed. He's bringing that firepower, guys. He is absolutely bringing that firepower. They are saying it. People are saying it, but is it true? Now, guys, stick around because I did do the astrology on this. Is it true? 7 of Cups, It's an illusion. So whoever is saying that Trump has been brought to cause Armageddon, it is a little bit of disinformation, a little bit of glitz and glamour. It may be coming from both sides. It may be coming just to disrupt some of the other information feeds there. So I would stick with that. Let me see what else my notes say here. The U.S. Navy reportedly destroyed more than 20 Iranian naval vessels early in the conflict. Israeli F-35 jet shot down an Iranian aircraft over Tehran in the first known air-to-air F-35 elimination thing. So deception dismantled. I kind of agree with that. Hi, Emily. Good to see you in the chat. This is serious stuff we've got going on here. So Iran has warned Europe not to join the war. I've said this before. Putin has declined to engage in this event, citing that he has Russian citizenry that is in Israel. The UK is preparing to deploy an aircraft carrier and additional jets to join the region. How is that going to go with the UK getting involved? Are they still getting involved right now? Boom, shakalaka laka, boom, shakalaka. I think that Herr Starma has thought twice about this now that things are starting to pop off. I think the promise was made before this additional pop off, and I think now he is thinking about pulling it back. Can he do that? Not necessarily. So this is going to be interesting. How is this going to affect Herr Starma? He is going to lose a lot of power, but he will not be able to leave that position. I do think that there are going to be some very, very loud voices as well. Deception. Yeah. One more question. You can the UK. Yeah. Go ahead. Put it in all caps. I can see it. Go ahead. You can put it in all caps. All right, let's take a look. I'm your Huckleberry. I'll look at that baby doll. Put a star on that. Is Israel creating friendly fire? Are they creating friendly fire situations? So I don't think that it is an intentional friendly fire, but I do think that things are getting very frenzied over there. We've seen that already from Iran, who has just blanketed the entire Middle East with fire. I think that there is some flailing about that's going on right now, not necessarily as strategic and coordinated as they want it to be. So, and that is in conflict with what Zeph is saying in there about Israel being very tactical and very specific. I think that we're getting a little loosey-goosey here, a little loosey-goosey. Hi, Penny Jonas. I see you over there. I see you. So let's get to the astrology on this, guys. Let's see. Will Australia get involved for Emily? Emily, good morning. Good morning. What a thing to wake up to on Sunday morning. Easy like Sunday morning. That's why I'm easy. Oof. Easy like Sunday morning. Not much of a soprano. If you know, you know. Will Australia get involved? This one's for Emily. Australia, what are you gonna do? What you want? What you want? Australia does not want to send its men and women. They're like, oh no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. But I do think that Australia is going to send some semblance of support and aid. That Six of Pentacles says that they're going to extend a helping hand, but all of this is we're not going to put any of our people out there. So let's see what else we get. Let's talk a little bit about the astrology. So when we talk about the U.S. Natal chart, we always look at July 4th, 1776, even though the Republic was established before that. That was just the day of the signing. So for our purposes, the U.S. has a sun in Cancer, July 4th, 1776. 2026 features strong Pluto in Aquarius energy impacting the U.S. Pluto return cycle. So Pluto transits often coincide with power struggles, wars, institutional transformation. This was one of the things that people talked about when they started looking at charts last year. They said that there were formations that hadn't been seen since 1776 and that they were going to affect the US. So we're currently in a very, very long generational reset period that goes from 2022 to 2030. Conflicts during this Pluto cycle, which is happening during that, often represent global power realignment. So numerology for 1776 is a 3 energy, which is communication, alliances, and strategic messaging. My good friend, Corporate Barney, said something very interesting to me. He said, other countries have leaders and we've got a real estate agent. And I thought that that was quite funny because Trump is a real estate mogul and his negotiation tactics lean into real estate kind of dealings. Like you get a little, I get a little, we'll take off the realtor fees or the closing costs if you guys fix the tile in the shower. This is very interesting little exchange here. And I think that Trump's negotiating power does lean into that. I think we do see that. So the U.S. is going to win conflicts in this astrological period through coalition, intelligent networks, rather than going in pure force. But do we have an added layer because of Israel being there? So should the U.S. be partnered with Israel? We're in it up to our no good, guys. No. We're stuck. The U.S. is going to be stuck working with Israel on this one. We have locked hands. We are Thelma and Louise, probably going over that cliff. Death in reverse. We're not going to allow the transformations that are happening happen. There's something that breaks down in this relationship, and I think we do pull back. Do we pull back from Israel? No, but I do think that we're going to call for I think our side, the U.S., is going to call louder for peace talks than Israel has done. And we know that. We've seen that, that Israel does like to go forth. And Iran is not going to lay it down right now. So let's talk about Iran a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Iran. So Iran's modern republic chart begins on April 1st, 1979. So that's a sun in Aries. Aries nations tend to act defensively and aggressively when threatened. Aries are extremely fiery and they are extremely volatile in some circumstances. So their current planetary climate is a Saturn plus Neptune cycle that stresses authoritarian regimes. So does that mean that the authoritarian regime is getting kicked back, or is it getting kicked back only to spring forward with more power? I think we have to be very, very careful how we manage this situation globally because and I said this to Gregopedia, my husband, that one of the things that concerns me is if they take out successor after successor, that eventually we're going to get to like the fifth string and we're not going to know anything about their philosophies or the dictates of what they are going to step to the table with. They may have an even worse set of sensibilities than some of the predecessors that were eliminated. So Iran is entering a karmic restructuring phase that could lead to leadership change or internal stability. Which is more likely? Leadership change, continued internal instability. Leadership change, patience. We're still going to have this. But the good news is we've got a major arcana on leadership change. This is the more dominant energy. This is the more chaotic and gassed up energy, though. Strength asks for patience and calm. And the Knight of Swords is going forth and causing a ruckus. So we all know people like that. Israel, let's talk about their astrology. Israel, they are the date that we use for this particular chart, or date I used for this particular chart, was May 14th, 1948, which was the independence, as setting up Israel as an independent state. So that means Sun is in Taurus. Taurus nations prioritize security, territory, survival, and independence. Most of all, they really want to have their own independence through strength. So Israel historically reacts preemptively when existential threats appear. So their astrology favors, despite being a Taurus, short, decisive operations rather than long wars. It's like a swift smack across the face rather than a marathon in this sense. So, it is a bit of a conundrum there. So let's take a look at the war itself. So numerology for 2026, we are in a year one globally, universally, which is in initiation, leadership battles, new global cycles. So wars beginning in 1 year often reshape world orders. 1914, World War I, the cycle started in a year one. And also 2001, the War on Terror was a year one. So, is this the war that restructures global leadership? Is it the war? Guys, keep smashing that like button. If you're on the vert, give me some reactions. Click it, guys. Help me out. We are reordering the leadership in the world right now, guys. So you're seeing it right now, right here. I just sent my son on a senior trip. He's not even local. Now I'm freaking out. So we are seeing it right now. We are building a new future. Right now, what is the energy? What is the end game that we're going to see? Justice in reverse. Oh, Three of Cups, hard times. Moon, things are behind us. Destructive power and vulnerability, guys. I'm starting to sweat. Let me get my fan out. I am starting to sweat because, oh boy, things are gonna get wild here. We're going into World War III, if not already there. Long have I said that we were in an information war since 2008, 2009. I think that we have been in an disinformation war since then. So the date the war began, February 28th, 2026, is really the date that we are applying to this particular situation. Hi, Mercury and Leo. How are you, darling? So we get the master number 22 from breaking down February 28th, 2026. So the master number 22 gives us massive geopolitical restructuring, collapse, or rebuilding of systems. This suggests that this conflict will have far reaching global consequences, not just regional. How are we looking for the United Kingdom? The United Kingdom. Okay, guys, buckle up. Buckle up. United Kingdom, I want you guys lock doors. Keep a weather eye. Watch out for things in the street. I am saying that. I want you guys to be very, very careful about what is happening in your presence, guys. Hang on, because I just got a little bump on here, a little news alert. I just want to see what it has to say. And we're good to go. Okay, nothing important there. Hi, Penny D. Unfortunately, Zeph, they can't go heavy over there. They can't go heavy. So guys, fire extinguishers are always a great tool in the event. Has range. You can also heave it. So giving out helpful hints here. So I am a spiritual person and I want the world to be calm, but that doesn't mean be nice all day long. You can't be nice every single day. So how is this looking for Russia? Is Putin going to keep in Russia? Is he going to stay in his lane? What is Putin going to do? What is Putin going to do? Putin is not going to make a move. Putin's got too many things going on in his own country. He is not going to get involved. So what's his response to Iran? You guys have it under control. You can do it. You've done this to yourself. I am not involved. This is not my fight. Yet. He gives a big fat yet. So are other forces going to try and pull Pootie in? Yanks, wasp spray is a good idea. Texas Kit Kat, good to see you, darling. Listen, you know what, guys? I'm saying it right here. I think Pootie is gonna be sticking to his own thing. I think he's gonna stick to his own thing and wait until everybody is done scrapping. He's the guy in the bar fight who's down at the end sipping on his vodka, on his pepper vodka, and just waiting for everybody to stop acting amok, and then he's gonna grab the prettiest girl and leave with her. That's what he's doing. So hang on. The U.S. Embassy in Norway was not, it was, there was a recent incident. Okay. Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of those things. Like I said, spring energy, things coming up out of the ground, activate. I'm saying, guys, activate. Let me see what's going on. If they tell you to stay in your houses, don't. I don't know how I feel about that. I think you can't wait. So let's talk about the astro weather. And don't forget, guys, on Saturdays, I am going to have astrology, numerology, and a psychic reading on a featured person every Saturday for the next few weeks. I want to know what you guys think of that program. You can go see the one that I dropped today at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow, I've got some classes starting for 5 weeks. We're going to do timing and tarot. So if you're interested, go on over and check that out. So let's talk about the key energies that are going around right now. We have Pluto in Aquarius, which is technological warfare. Do, Zeph, and alliances. Saturn is in Pisces, which is hidden enemies and covert operations. Guys, that's why I'm saying keep your ear to the ground. I am worried about cells that are sleeping that jump up. Mars cycles, heightened military action. I have no problem with a National Guard or Coast Guard or anything being deployed here in the United States. Boys and girls, get to it. I want all hands on deck right now. So the astrology is saying that the climate is volatile. Numerology is saying the weather is intense. Tarot is going to tell us how to navigate it. So what should Israel do right now for their maximum success? I'm just going to say that question mark. Israel really is showing their hand of destroying everything that's in their path. What should Trump be doing? Trump is going to have to back off the concept of WW3 because it's not playing out the way that he expected it to. And UK, like I said, they already got involved, but now they're kind of trying to take that back. They're like, maybe we just don't want to do it. Was there, let me know, was there a baboom, bing, bada boom, bing, bada boom. Guys, if you're watching on the Psychic News Report, please subscribe to that channel. I also have another channel, Fortune Cookies Tarot by Annabelle. I am streaming to both of those. I produce most of my material on the Fortune Cookies channel. So this is horrifying. This is not the best reading that I would want. So obviously this is a rapidly escalating conflict between the US, Israel and Iran. It looks like we're doing power shifts, global alignment. It's really crazy. Will China enter this war? Is China going to get in there? China is staying out of it, I think, because, and I've said this time and time again, Putin and Xi Jinping are very good friends. They have very similar backstories, very similar stories as their rise to power. And I think that they are going to really, really stick closely to each other. Are China and Russia waiting for the rubble so that they can take over? Are they having conversations about that? Are they waiting for the dust to clear? Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. I'm not worried about this. I am not partnering with anyone. In the end, all of our enemies will get rid of themselves. They will take care of it all. So that's what I think. Now I really want a vodka with black pepper in it. If you've never, you should do it. So, all right, guys, what kind of questions do you have for me? Let me know. Let me know. Any questions? Any questions? We've been on for 35 minutes. So let me go back up to Penny's question. Or what Penny said. What did Penny say? Penny, where are you? I'm going back up. All right, so let's see. U.S. Embassy, was that legit? Is that legit? Gotcha. Thank you, Emily. Hi, Merc. I'm doing good. Sorry, I was reading my notes at the same time if you said it before. I didn't slow the chat down. I didn't think I'd have that many people here. It's a lot of people live right now. So, U.S. Embassy bombed in Norway. Let's go. Let's go. Yep, not a lot of damage. Security measures are going to have to be looked at all of our embassies. There's just a little bit of laxness going on. Like I said, I have a kid who's traveling right now, and I was a little bit nervous about it this morning because there were some alerts, and now I'm extra nervous about it. So hopefully that will calm the F down. The right kid is out there, though, because he is tough stuff, but he's got a busted ankle. So we'll see what's going on. All right. So will these strikes empower China to take over Taiwan? Everybody in the vert, if you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. I am taking them. This is breaking psychic news. We have looked at the astrology, we looked at some numerology, and now we're doing the tarot. Deception dismantled. I got you. I got you. So are these strikes going to empower China? So China's not changing their position on Taiwan. None of us should be really surprised by that. They're a sleeping dragon right now. That's what they're doing as far as Taiwan. They are waiting until other resources are depleted and also diverted, their attention's diverted in another direction, and then they'll pounce. Then they'll pounce to take that into their real estate portfolio. I hate to say it any other way. So that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Will the U.S. react to that if that happens? Boom. No, we're not going to be able to react. We're going to have to leave that for later, unfortunately. I think there are we do have a lot of stations there. I don't know what the word is. A lot of military bases in that area. So I think there is going to be some action that takes place there, but it's going to be well underway all over. Yeah. So Zeph, I didn't see that either. I don't know what you're talking about. So wait. So right now, we're reading on the energy right now, deception dismantled. So, things can change as this develops, as this situation develops. I think we certainly are in interesting times, as they say in China. May you live in interesting times. It's a little too interesting. I miss the 90s. Is this change for the better? So, yes, this is almost what I'm getting psychically. These are good cards, but what I'm getting psychically is that, when you have a wound, sometimes you have to reopen it and drain it. When you have an infection, sometimes they, I got you, Bushkin Marie. Sit tight. I got a couple questions ahead of you. So it's almost as if you have to put maggots on the wound to clean it. We all saw that in Gladiator. This is a reordering of our power structures. It is a reordering of our power structures. Let's go to timing while I'm thinking about it. When is this going to be over? I did see that indication of June. When are we going to be a peaceful earth again? One card. So patience, water, wait for the Hanged Man. What else do we got? Yeah, look at that. I think I've got the Chariot card in the wrong deck. We'll move him back over here. Move you here. Again, May, June. And this says February, March, but this is right now. So May, June, we've got some neat stuff going on here, guys. Definitely some neat stuff happening. I think by May, June, this is going to end. We're going to have things calm down. How about that? Feeling a little bit better. So we got, let me see. Those planes fly. And I'm sorry if I'm missing questions, guys. I'm trying to be psychic. Keep an eye on the chat. Shame on me for using two of the same decks. One's my timing and teaching deck. So, and if you guys want to learn more about timing, go see my videos that are dropping tomorrow. Be talking about how to tell time with tarot. But tonight, we're looking how to duck and cover. Today. So the planes flying from China to Iran, what do we got in them? We are going to do some storytelling in tarot. This is when we drop 2 cards at a time. You're ready. Boom. Yes, we have some destructive ingredients that went over there. So I don't think that it's actually intact things, but ingredients, parts, pieces, that kind of thing. And we're not sleeping anymore. And we have the ability to dismantle. So Zeph, when did they go over? All the cards are in reversal and very happy, no longer worried. There's some big weaponry that came in. So I don't know. Are we talking like Mountain Dew, guys? Possibly. We've got some interesting weapons. Should we be worried about biological things? Not necessarily. I think we're looking at conventional stuff. We're looking at destructive stuff. We're not looking at things that are going to take time and just put us in the hospital and make us cough for a few weeks. I think we do have parts that are going to go into destructive items. So let's hide that comment. And good one, Zeph. So we've got Merck and Leo. She is a friend of the channel. Good to see you here. How are the ducks? Have you seen the ducks? Tell me you're going to see the ducks. So will the U.S. be in World War III soon? It all is revealed. We're in it, baby. We are in it. During this, will the new ones come in? They're not asleep anymore. Wheel of Fortune, it's going to be a long struggle. Not all of them. They're not all going to get in. So leadership is not going to change. We're not going to shift that. We're still going to have like the undergovernment of the world. Like how I said that, the undergovernment. There's still a good fight here. What happens to all of us? You know, I think at this point, all of those movies, Wolverines, all those movies that we've seen that tell us how to behave during a regime change. I'm talking about the world regime change. You all got to keep your powder dry. Right, Zeph? Keep your powder dry. Keep your boots and your powder dry. Or what is it? Your socks and your powder dry. Be mindful. Be mindful. Glad I am getting both of my kids back next week. So, Bush, Pinko Marie, Bush. I'm just going to call you Marie. So, I am one of the psychics. I do think that Nancy Guthrie is not still alive. I've answered this before. Are we any closer? Let's do some timing. Are we any closer to finding her? I'm just using my teaching deck because it makes it easier for you guys to see, so I'm not just making it up. I'll call you Marie. We've all had funky names like that on YouTube at one time or another. Are we going to find her anytime soon? Is September, October? This is our timing on this. Oh, Bushenchenko. Trying to pronounce it, but I'm choking at the same time. So September, October, and I have said that I don't think they're going to find her remains until they're fairly degraded. I'm not trying to be mean about that. I just don't. I think they're going to find her when she is. That there's not a lot of evidence left. I think they're going to find her later on. So, unfortunately, I my heart goes out to them. I think it's terrible. I had somebody in my comments who, when I said that, I don't think they're going to find her anytime soon. They were like, "How dare you? Shame on you!" And I was like, "Well, I just don't think that they're going to find her." I would like to do a remote view and see if I can locate her. I think she is in kind of an open area. I don't think she's hidden very well, but I haven't done like a concentrated remote view on it. So guys, we're going to wrap this up. I don't want to stay on too long, but we're going to answer Marie's question. Is Cuba next? Oh, wait. Marie, sit tight. I'll answer that in a minute. Is Cuba next? I read on this yesterday. Is Cuba next? Is Trump gonna get in to Cuba? Is he gonna pay attention to that? No, he's not even worried about Cuba right now. Not even worried about it. That plan is on hold. But I do think that he wants to turn Cuba into a vacation paradise. In the 50s it was. Marie, it's okay. I was doing other work today, so it's all right. It's still psychic work, but not just cranking out readings all day. But the intention is to turn Cuba. Remember, he was saying he wanted Gaza to be the Riviera of the Middle East. There's still the intention to do that. Still the intention to turn Cuba back into the southern paradise that it is for people here. Florida's a little bit full. People in Florida need a place to vacation now. So I do think he's going to do that, but I think that that's going to be a different negotiation discussion. I think it's going to be more real estate based, more entertainment based for the people in Cuba. And I think that money walks, bullish talks, or vice versa. Strike that. So is this just a coincidence, or is there a plan behind Guthrie? And I'm going to close up the questions. Let me just drop that. Close up the questions, guys. Get back to the comments. Is it a coincidence, or was there a plan behind the Guthrie abduction? I've said this before. Thank you, Zeph. I think that this was a situation that didn't go as planned. A lot of the investigators, and if it's your first time here, Marie, my husband's law enforcement, or he's retired now, but I asked him some questions about it, and we have some interesting back and forth on this. And I think, there's some discussion about the backpack, that person came prepared for something. And I think that it was prepared to do things in the house and then kind of go about their business and just leave. Richard Ramirez I don't know if it was a robbery, but Richard Ramirez has come to mind many, many times in this. I think that that person was a creep and was going in there to do creep things. I think they were surprised by the Ring camera. Everybody has Ring cameras. I don't know why he was surprised by it. And I do think that she was dispatched. I'm being polite, in the house. And I think that that is one of the reasons why the sheriff called in homicide. And this was a discussion that my husband and I had, that he said, well, they may just have like an ID and forensic team, and that comes with homicide. And I said, but they called homicide. I think that there was enough evidence to indicate that someone was not likely to not survive whatever was done in that house. Also, that they have additional DNA in the house. I think that there may have been some behaviors in there, proclivities. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible for YouTube. But I don't think that they're, right now, this guy's walking around. He's walking around. I don't think he's really sweating it. I don't think that he really cares very much, unfortunately. So there it is, guys. So we went from all the way over in Israel and Iran, and we jumped back into Arizona. We zoomed around the world. We went to China and Russia and had a talk with Pooty, looked at what's going on with Trump. I just think we are in a bit of trouble here, guys. I think this is, what is this? So one of the things that I've been watching for my own personal entertainment, the different root races that Madame Blavatsky talked about, the different civilizations that they that some of the incredible thinkers of the spiritual world discuss. So talking about the worlds of the lands of Mu and Lemuria and Atlantis and all of that. And is this the demise of our turn at humanity? So this is a big question, guys. Is this the demise of this seventh civilization? Is this the demise of our civilization? All the stuff that's going on in the Middle East, the Knight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. All you need is love. Da, 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 da. All you need is love. So in our suitcase position, we have the Page of Cups, which means we, the people, need to stick together against the governments. Absolutely, Merc. We have to remember our humanity. Those that don't remember humanity, they can get off at the next star system. Over here, our rebellious, aggressive, and warrior nature needs to be parked. This is civilization. The Nine of Pentacles is civilization to the nth power. This is cloth napkins, china, and your baccarat crystal on the table every night. This is eating foie gras with your pinkies out. Never put your pinkies out. The end of the world as we know it, Mustard Mischief. We still have time to turn the beat around. Love to hear percussion. We can still turn that beat around. The end of this story is not quite here yet. We're not quite written. fated endings. Remember what I said, that we always have free will. Communication is our worst skill. If we were getting a report card as a human race right now, we would be getting a big fat F, possibly a 6-7, because we would be below average. Let me do the 6-7. I can do it. I can do it. 6-7. 6-7. Up top, we do need to let our vulnerability show. And I think let the chinks in our armor show a little bit more. When we show that soft white underbelly, it does give us the appearance of weakness, but it does also show our humanity and what we are actually made of on the inside. So any last questions? I'm just going to take a couple of last questions just in case. We've got some last questions. Going once, going twice. Hi, Cindy. Going once, going twice. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want to keep my mods here all night long. All night long. All night long. So I really wish I had like a glass of wine to have after this crazy, insane reading. I'm going to stick around just for a few more minutes. Cindy, I am worried about the stuff that's going on in the Middle East and the escalation. It looks like we are dialing it up. I think we are going a little bit harder toward a tough finish line, but we are going to have to see what happens. Ian Barton just getting in here. Well, you know, Samantha, I am trying to do the breaking psychic news, even though someone tried to tell me that they owned that phrase. But this is the only place that you can get breaking psychic news, guys. So I do think, you know, Cindy, I just said at the beginning of this broadcast, one of our friends, his son is in the military and his ship has been deployed. So I'm a little bit nervous. He's a very, very good friend of ours. Great guy. And I'm just a little bit nervous about what's going on. When will I be on again? When will I see you again? I will be live again next Friday. And I will jump on, spontaneously do breaking news in between. So I'm trying to make a name for myself on the TikToks as well. So, but I think Thursday is TikTok day for me. So TikTok Thursdays, but Friday I will be live here on YouTube. And well, oh, the sexy lady thumbnail. Oh, with my hair back, my Adam Ant librarian look. I actually had the streaks that she had in what was it? So, don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Subtle innuendo follow. Must be something inside. Yeah, I had streaks like her, and I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So, oh yeah, Barney is great. Barney's doing great. I chit-chatted with him. I'm really pushing him to get back on his channel in the long form. I miss his channel. I really liked midlife bro logic. Now he's corporate Barney. Definitely good news content over there. So I will keep pumping him up. Pump it up. So everybody, thanks for joining me. Thank you for being here. I think we need a lot of thoughts and prayers out there. The collective, we really have to, really, really be focused on the energy in the place. And Zeph says, keep the families of the fallen troops in your prayers. They came home today. So, some give all, and that's what we have to know. Susan, it definitely was he looked a little rough around the edges, so I think he was a stray. I don't think he belonged to someone. But I am going to look on the Ring app and see if anyone was looking for a cat, and I'm also gonna ask at the police station and the rescue. I did not get to the rescue today on the phone. So those of you that wonder what we're talking about, we had a deceased kitty cat in our yard. We have a pretty big yard and we back up to woods, and we have a lot of ferals here. And it looked like somebody got into a fight with them. So, it's very unfortunate. We're sad about that. So, unfortunate. So Ian, I hope you're wrong that we're going to have more troops coming home the way these 4 individuals did. So guys, let's put some prayers in the comments here. I'm going to drop some prayers, some magic, put some magic down there. And, we'll see what tomorrow brings. So, I do have the Nextdoor app, or not the Nextdoor app, but the Ring app. We have the neighborhood community posts on there. So, I have not seen anybody missing pets on it. I have the feeds up, so I haven't seen anybody missing a pet. He looked, like I said, he looked a little rough around the edges. He looked like one of our, I think he looked like one of our ferals, and we've had so many that we've trapped, neutered, and homed that they may be just kind of moving in. Oh, hi Jane. Bonus reading. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of these, like breaking psychic news, spontaneous news reports. So I hope you like them. I hope you guys are digging them. And, Saturday is for the foreseeable future going to be your astro forecast for the next week and a featured celebrity. And then Sunday is going to be teaching day. I have some teaching videos dropping tomorrow. Even if you're not studying tarot, go on over there, because if you're watching my content, you'll be able to understand some more of what I'm doing when I talk about timing. So very, very cool. And I love Cindy is dropping this. We all have to trust in our higher power. It's out of our control. There's a lot of stuff that's in our control, but grace from God, we have to understand that does come down from on high. That goes through a process, through the CEO. So live each day to the fullest. Pray every day. I pray every day, several times a day. I think it is important, for your disposition, for the collective. I think it really is something that, we've gotten so far away from. And I really do think that people should do that. So I'm going to leave Cindy's comment up there because I think that is an important one. And I will bid you guys farewell, fair evening, fair weather. And let God bless our troops, every single one of them, whether they are here, there, or anywhere else. Doesn't matter if they belong to us. We all belong to the same human race. So swift ending to this, guys. I will see you in the future.